Praise God. Welcome to Marriage Diet for the week. This is Pastor Blessed of the Patriots Nation Church. Today I'll be talking on the love department. The love department. And I'll be speaking to the men, on how to relate with their wives on this video. We're coaching the men on how to do that with their wives. You see, as a man, marriage has the capacity to change and impact your life greatly. Marriage has the capacity to change and impact your life greatly, especially in the areas of health, finance, peace of mind. It has the capacity to impact your life greatly. So, to make marriage to work, God gave us simple instructions that may not that may look vague to us. For instance, one of the instructions God gave to us that govern marriage and the success of marriage is found in Ephesians chapter 5 verse 25, and he says that husbands should love their wives. Husbands should love their wives as Christ loved the church. And that word love, we've come to discover that love before now it still sounds very vague. Love your wife. What does it mean to love your wife? All right. So most men are clueless on what it means to actually love their wife. They are clueless about the love department when it comes to marriage, and this results in unhappy wives. All right, is failure to understand how to love your wife results in an unhappy wife, which leads also to an unhappy marriage. Okay, so we'll try to unravel what loving your wife could mean to your wife. So how we can achieve that, all right? We're going to touch a lot of those topics. Simple series that can help us to address both male and female for debate. For this week, we are coaching the men, to relate with their wives. I think last week was a message to the women and the wives. Right, so one of the ways you can love your wife, is to ask your wife how you can become a better husband. Ask your wife how you can be a better husband. Try that this week. Let that be your goal, your marriage goal for this week. All right, the essence of this marriage diet is to help us to at least get one thing in a week and practice it. Of course, it will extend for the rest of our lives, but to intentionally practice and put something down, achieve something for the week. Okay, so ask your wife how you can be a better husband for her. All right, so let's start with that. Oftentimes, we get to love our wives the way we know best to love them, and it can lead to frustration. And one of the major problems couples have in marriage comes from the feeling of being unloved or the feeling of being neglected. All right, it's one of the major problems in marriages. Okay, so and that is greatly from the results of unmet expectations. So asking your wife how to become a better husband gives you something specific. It gives you something specific for you to hold on to, something you can drive at. Let it be like a project for you, instead of you trying to love her in every other way. At the end, she's not happy. At the end, you are not meeting the expectation. Ask her how she wants you to be a better husband. All right. Well, you may think you are a great husband. Maybe you are. All right, maybe you are. But the truth is, your wife is the one true person that can tell you, or that can give you the marking scheme of how she feels loved. vice versa. But today we are dealing with talking to the men on how to love their wives. All right, so nobody else can tell you that I feel loved than your wife. So that's why you have to ask her how you can be a better husband to her. So this week, just focus on getting to know what her expectations of you are and what you can do to achieve them. What your expectations of you are. What are the things she's expecting you to do that you're not doing, or that you're doing that you could improve on? Just find out. Have a couple's time, just talk. So which means that you have to listen to her. This means you should listen to her and come up with practical, steps and achievable steps on how to carry these things out. Don't make it vague. Love your wife is a very vague word. It's big, it's large. You can't actually say this one thing is what love your wife means. Okay, so that's why we're taking one step at a time. And this week, just ask her. It looks very simple, but you see the great impact it's going to bring to your marriage. And I trust God that as you do this, the Lord will bless you and bring back and restore the peace and love that you once had in your marriage. And if you have never had love, peace before your marriage, this will be the beginning, of true love in your marriage again. And as you do that, God bless you. Bye-bye. Enjoy the rest of your day.